right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. It is 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday night. And you know what we do on Sunday nights? We do Sunday Night Charts. What's up, guys? How you doing? I hope you're well. My name's Jim. I am a crypto trader here to help you understand the market through an Elliott wave theory lens. Guys, what we do on the channel every Sunday night is we look at the chart, the Bitcoin chart, is pretty in depth, and we look at some other charts as well. Ethereum, XRP are common ones. And we see where the market might be heading. We look at wave structure and patterns in the charts that were noticed by a guy named Elliott over 100 years ago, or maybe around 100 years ago, something like that. Anyway, with that said, guys, welcome to Sunday Night Charts. We're going to look at Bitcoin and see what this rally's doing. It's going straight up a little bit. What's that mean? What's it look like? Well, you can kind of see on the chart where I think it's headed. Looking for the beginning of another three-wave pattern to the upside, more than likely. I'll talk about what that looks like and where we might be headed. Don't forget, guys, and don't mistake anything I say tonight as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just a guy sitting here in the state of misery. I mean, I live in Missouri. Just looking at the charts with you for a couple hours on Sunday nights. I got my tea, and I got some coffee here, and I got my trusty mouse and a keyboard and some friends sitting on the other side of it all over the world. What's up, Crypto Fever? Let me say hi to you guys. How's it going, Jay? How's your health these days? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being so faithful every time, every week. I see you every week. What's up, Keith M? How are you? I hope you're well. Are you running tonight or are you off? I'll try to give you a Moon Boy count as you always request. Daniel L. Hello, bud. Faithful viewer as well. Always appreciate you, man. And let's see. Orinoco Loco. I love the name, man. I love it. Orinoco Loco. Is it crazy? Orinoco. I don't know what that means. I don't know what an Orinoco is. But that's funny. You win the prize tonight so far of one of the funniest names I've seen in quite a while. I love it. Love it. Twins Records. Hey, buddy. What's up? What's up? What's happening? Ricky, the man Spanish. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. How's trading life for you? How's life there in Atlanta? Hope you're well. All right, Orinoco is a river. Okay, cool. So we got the crazy river. Cool. In Venezuela. Are you in Venezuela? That's cool. Or is that just where you're from? I mean, neat. That's where you are. Glad you made it. All right, I think I said hello to everybody that said hi to me. So let's jump in. Okay, Twins Records thinks we're going down tomorrow. Hey, very well, very, very likely could. All right, so let's look at the chart. Let me tell you what I'm seeing as far as wave structure is concerned. At least the ideas that I have. But remember, as Elliott wave traders, any idea that I present is not a certainty of what it's going to do. What we try to do is look at patterns in the market and say, okay, this is based on the patterns that we're seeing and the price action. What are the good? What are the chances of what will the next move look like? Okay. So yeah. All right. Ricky, definitely. Sunday is a pretty good day to trade these days. You always get a move at the first of the week. We just got the weekly open move, and so that was a nice move and kind of easy to see. The market kind of showed it pretty easily. Sometimes Sundays can be hard, especially if you get trapped in a position on Saturday. Sunday ain't going to come back for you. I guarantee it. And so best thing to do, if you ever get trapped for some reason, I've been trapped on Saturdays, doing stupid things, forgetting to close out a trade or not closing out a trade properly or whatever, not taking profit when I should have, going after some stupid trade. And then you end up getting trapped. You're like, oh, it'll come back. And usually it will come back and tag your entry. But then if you don't get out fairly quickly, Sunday will go away from you pretty good and try to liquidate you. So Saturday's about trapping traders. Sunday's about liquidating traders. Okay. And then Monday's about just kind of usually not giving a whole lot of hope, but usually consolidating the market. And so a lot of times during the week, the big moves happen like Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, we don't get huge moves through the week. And you got to learn how to trade in the chop. So And so let's see what's going on. All right, let me talk about the wave structure that I see. What are the implications are? Good audio, good video. Give me a conclusion there. Can you see the screen? Okay, everything looking okay for you? I know it's pretty cluttered, so I'm gonna duplicate this chart because I don't want to get rid of this. I'm just gonna duplicate it, and then we will talk about what we're seeing here. All right. There's your 3-day chart right now. Let's go to the 4-hour and. Crypto Fever says all okay. All right, very good. Excellent. Thanks, guys. All right, so here's the way I'm looking. Let me zoom out on the macro real fast. I'll try to go fast to the macro. You guys have seen this over and over and over. All right, so the way I'm personally looking, so this is interesting, this wave structure here, but the way I'm looking at this movement here is that this is a potential 1, 2, this is 3, that's 4, and 5 ends right there, right here. You say, well, wait a minute, this made another high. Yeah, it still could have ended there. Okay, what we might be in for is a 3-wave move where this is the B wave. This is a B wave, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But now we're currently forming a C wave back down to the $60,000 to $50,000 range. Could wick as low as $40,000. Now, it's not coming down fast, and it's not coming down tomorrow. It will be fast and furious as far as the 3-day chart is concerned. It'll look fairly steep and quick, but there's going to be some consolidation and some trapping up here where we are, and I'll talk about what I think we're going to see here. So, but I believe that we have probably finished the move to the upside, that we have 5 finished waves. Now, this doesn't mean it's certain. Just because I believe it doesn't mean it's certain, and I like to I like to make that clear with everybody that just because I believe this is finished doesn't make it finished. But I do see when Jim says it's finished or say this is giving us a finished look, then you should sit up and listen. I do pretty well at tops. Okay, we got a lot of indicators here. Right here, we got bearish divergence happening between there. We got the double divergence there, rocking. We actually got triple divergence because we got the divergence right in here as well. So actually right there to there. So we got lots of divergences on the 3-day chart, and we have a break of structure on the 3-day as well. We got a break. So this is a bearish chart. It really is. We've broken down on the 3-day. That doesn't mean it's going down forever. It just means that we are in what chances are a very bearish move. Now that bearish move might end up only being something, something like this, okay? But nevertheless, we're in for something to the downside. We're probably, it doesn't mean we can't break to the upside, but, with what we're seeing here, it definitely gives the feel like, hey, we're going down. This could always break up to the upside and keep rocking, okay? So what we're talking about is elite wave theory and signs in the chart that kind of show us when the wave might be finished. And we've got a lot of signs here. Ordinarily, that doesn't mean the chart, there's any certainty to anything. There is no certainty with any way of looking at the market. I don't care whatever way you look at the market, whatever tool you use for technical analysis, there are always exceptions, and there are always times when the market just doesn't act the way you like it to act based upon the way you look at the market. So I just want to say that, like, hey, we're here applying elite wave theory here, but that doesn't mean the market's going to give us a perfect wave and act the way we want it to act or whatever. Or that doesn't mean that our understanding of this wave structure, the way as I'm offering my interpretation of these waves, and by the way, this market is subject to interpretation. In other words, I'm interpreting these waves in a particular way. That doesn't mean my interpretation is right. Okay. So, that's really, really important to understand, that I'm doing my best to apply the rules of elite wave theory. I'm doing my very best to apply those rules and give you the signals that I see in the market and the wave structure that I'm seeing on the macro as well as the micro. But at the end of the day, the market does whatever it wants to do, and whatever the big boys who run the market want to do, they can do. All right. Hopefully that's clear and plain as to everyone listening, so that you don't misunderstand me to be making any kind of call here that says, oh yeah, I'm definitely calling a top. No, I see signs of a top. for sure. And I've mentioned those week after week, and as this top has been put in, we've definitely had some hits to the high a couple of times, and it's been challenging to want to continue to look at this and say, yeah, this still looks bearish, but it really does still look bearish. That doesn't mean it with certainty is bearish anymore, but it certainly does have a bearish look to it on the 3-day. All right, I just always want to give those caveats as I pursue just trying to help everybody and be as helpful as I can without a lot of you misunderstanding what I'm trying to do on my channel and at what I'm trying to do tonight on Sunday Night Charts. Okay. All right. So that's the macro view. That's my main. Now that doesn't mean there's not other macro views, but that's my main macro view. Okay. That this is a finished 5-wave move, that we're in some kind of a 3-wave move coming back down here. Now what that could be, on the macro is this could be a wave 1, and let's try that again. This come on. This could be a wave 1 to here, okay? And this is a 3-wave wave 2, and that's all you get. That's it. That's the pullback. That's it before moon. Some of you ask when moon? Well, then moon right there. This is the bottom. We get a flash crash. It finds support right here where strong support is, okay? There is strong support here at 50K. There is strong support here. So that's an area I would expect to see a bounce, the price to pause, and reverse V-shape and go on up to our higher targets, or pull back in a 3-wave fashion, back retesting the highs before giving us another move to the downside later. And we've got years to talk about that. We have years. So right now we're asking the question, and this is where we are. Are we coming down for some kind of wave down here on the 3-day over the next 6 months? Can we expect a move down that resembles that, or is this going to break back up to the upside and give us some more bullishness and go up to those upper targets that everybody's kind of looking at? Everybody's kind of expecting those upper targets. Are we going to get those upper targets, or in the next 6 months, are we going to look for down? So that's kind of where we are. We have all kinds of time to think about this wave and that wave years from now later. So we don't really need to entertain that right now. Where we are in the wave structure and in the balance here is, to just narrow it down for you guys, just make it real simple. There's pretty much three options. Okay. Just in general, I could draw more specific shapes, but I'm just going to say we could be coming down here. Okay, there's one option. We could just be coming down a little bit more down like this, and then head up for another move. Okay, so both of these may be pointing to the downside. Okay, or couple other options. Come on, I'm trying. There we go. Couple other options here. This could be some kind of 1-2 to the upside, and we're getting ready to start pumping. That's kind of where we are. We're in. Oh, sorry, man, my computer is just jumping. So that's kind of where we are. So what we need to now do, since we're hanging in the balance between up and down, and I always love my favorite comments on the YouTube channel is, "Oh, great analysis, up or down." Got it. I always love that one because, but that's what it is. It's either up or is it down. So what is the preponderance of evidence saying to us for this next week? Because that's all we can look at is next week. Where's it going? I'm kind of bullish for the next couple of weeks. That doesn't mean it's going to go up tomorrow because it's already kind of pumped up today. Is that move finished? We'll talk about it. But anyway, kind of where I am, I'm a bit bullish over the next couple of weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks, I would imagine. Making our way up this direction. That's kind of my number one idea. Why do I say that? Because I believe that this was a top. Okay, I believe that this was the top of the B wave of a large move. Okay, I think it was the top of the B wave. You say, let's just walk through that. Let's just walk through this just a moment and tell you the wave structure I'm seeing in particular. Now, this is challenging here, but the way I'm looking at this is that this was an A wave right there, okay, right there to the upside, boom. And this right here was a WXY to the downside, and that's a B wave. And this move right here was your C wave that ended right there, okay? And that move right there is A, B, C. Now, certainly it's misshaped, and you could argue that that's not the right count. There's all kinds of things you can say about it that you don't like or whatever. But that's at least an interpretation that's not completely invalid. I would say that if we come up and hit the high again, I don't like that interpretation. Okay. Let me just say that again. When that move is going to be invalid for me if this comes up and takes this high. Okay. If that high gets taken, I'm going to throw that count that I just offered for you out the door. It's going to be put to bed for good. I'm no longer going to just continue thinking about that count. I'm going to say, you know what? That count is no good. I dismiss it. Okay. But right now I gotta at least keep it on the table. So that means what I have here is an A, B, and a C wave to right there, okay? And there's an ending diag right here. This is the way I'm counting. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your C wave of an ABC, okay? Now you have an ABC, A, B, C wave to there, okay? And what you have is some kind of 1, 2. This is 3 to here or here, 3. We're going to say 4 to there, and this is 5. Okay, we're going to count the fifth wave just to count it. You got a 1. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there it is. That's the ABC. So that's how I'm counting that particular structure. Fifth of the fifth is in. I got divergence all over the place on the 4 hour, on the 1 day, on 3 day. I got all kinds of signs that says, hey, this could be done. Now, what happened? What are we expecting? Well, I'm calling this the A wave and a B wave of an expanded flat. At least it's an option. It's an idea. It may or may not be right. Okay, there's the B. Now I'm looking for C. Now C, according to Elliott, needs to be 5 waves. Okay, it needs to be 5 waves. So that means we need to count like this. We're going to say this is wave 1, this is wave 2, or 2 isn't finished, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. It'll get more complex. We're looking for 3, 4, and 5, and this is how we're going to get down to about 50K is where I'm expecting price to come down to. Anywhere from 40 to 60K is my range that I'm looking for personally, and could be going down to the end of the year and into this could take a long time. This could take a month or two up here before it starts coming down first of the year. I don't know when. But this wave 2 is what we need to analyze. That's where we are for tonight's Sunday night charts. So hope you understand that. If some of you are saying, Jim, I don't understand all this ABC and 1, 2, 3. ABC, easy's 1, 2, 3. I don't understand none of that stuff. Well, listen, that's part of Elliott wave theory, and what you need. I'm not here to teach you Elliott wave theory so much as to apply it to the market, show you what I'm seeing using Elliott wave theory. If you want to learn Elliott wave theory, come on into the Discord. I've got a great course. I've got a free course I made a long time ago. I got a playlist on my channel. You can go to that playlist and check that out as well. It's called Trading Night School, and in there I teach Elliott wave theory the best I can in a live stream. It's rudimentary as far as I did it live on YouTube years ago. I think back in I don't even remember when I started, but it's been 4 or 5 years ago at least. Maybe older than that. I can't remember. But the point is, I got information out there. There's all kinds of information on the internet you can find free. But if you want a nice consolidated, course, you can come into my Discord and I'll get you that. I'll get you right into my educational aspect of the Discord, and we can get you those channels. Okay, but so do your own research there and what Elliott wave theory is. But what I'm doing here on the channel is applying it. Okay, I'm applying it in front of you. All right, so and I'm letting you watch how I do it. All right, so with that said, and you will learn along the way. Now, this wave 2 could be finished, okay? So this is what we need to analyze. Is 2 done or is more coming? I believe more is coming, and I'll show you how I'm looking at this wave. So I believe that 2 is actually going to be coming up here somewhere. This is the beginning of a wave 2, or what I'm going to call the Y wave of the wave 2. So let's say, well, Jim, how do you count what's going on here? Well, here's how I do it. Basically, I'm seeing this as A, B, and then C, right to there, okay? That's A, B, C. And then I see A, B, C, boom, right? And then I have A, B, C. So there is a W, X, Y right there. And that's your W wave of this move to the upside, okay? Now, the other way to count that is this is ABC, and this is ABC, And that's probably a better way. Actually, that's the way I've been counting it. Sorry. Yep. That's ABC. And this is A, B, C to here. And what that is W, X, Y. Finished correction right there. That's where it finished. You say, well, what's going on right here? What's happening here? Well, what happened was when I look at these waves, I personally see A, B, C flat. W, X, Y took the high, but that's 3 waves, okay? So there's so that's A, W, X, Y, there's B, and this is C. And C finished. Let's count C, need 5 waves. Here they are. I'm going to call this wave 1, 2. This is 3 to here. No, to here, 3. There's 4, and there's 5. Now, you could argue that this whole thing is 4. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care how you divide that up, but I'm going to put it right there. That may be wrong, but it could be right as well. 4, and there's wave 5. So that means there's your 5 waves. 4 does not overlap with 1, so that's good. All right, so that obeys the rule, and so that's the way I'm calling that. I'm calling that ABC right there. A, B, and there's C. Finished. Done. Kaput. And you can see on the 4-hour chart, you got the divergence you expect to see. Boom. Right there and right there from a finished wave 4 to 5. Okay. Now, so that's the way I'm counting that wave. So that means this is an ABC flat. It's pointing to the upside to probably take that high out. Well, how do you know how many waves to expect in this wave? Is this just going to come up straight? It could, depending on and how deep this came. Okay, it could. You say, Jim, what do you mean? Could this keep going up straight? I mean, it's going to pull back a little bit, probably in this range, and then go later. Yes, but what we're looking for is, did this retrace 90% or not? And, we came just shy of 90%. So in my book, from the technical rules of Elliott, this cannot go up in 5 waves because it stopped short of the 90%. Because one of the rules of a flat, and that's what we're asking, is this a flat where you got 3 to the upside, 3 to the downside, 5 to the upside? Okay, that the B wave of the flat needs to come down 90% or more of the A wave, and this did not reach that goal. So if you're going to apply Elliott strongly to this market, you cannot look for 5 waves here. You're looking for 3 waves. Now, it doesn't mean this market can't go up in 5. Okay, it can if it wants to. I guess my point is that if we're applying Elliott, I'm not inclined to be looking for 5 waves. I'm more inclined to be looking for whatever this was. So that went up in 3. That means if this is 3, okay, this needs to be 3 as well. That's what I'm looking for. Now, is it going to be exactly the same wave? No, not necessarily. But I'm looking for 3 waves. Now, those 3 waves can take any number of shapes. I don't know what shape it's going to take. That's what makes it harder to trade. Nevertheless, I'm still looking for 3 waves. So for me, as a macro trader, if I'm going to trade the macro here, I'm looking for this to develop into a 3-wave shape that comes up here and takes this high for liquidity, and that'll give me a setup potentially for a short later on. Okay? Now that's the simple way to look at it. There's much more complex ways to look at it, but that's basically the way I'm looking at it. Now, let's talk about some other things. Here's the interesting thing. In calling this an A, come on. This is where it gets confusing here. Okay, this is where it gets difficult, because what you have to understand is that, yes, I'm calling this an ABC, and I hold on to that. That I think that's right. I think that's correct, and I do believe that this is a W, X, and a Y, and I think that's correct as well. So it's right of me to say, yeah, I'm looking for 3 waves of some kind. So this could be some kind of 5-wave, 3-wave, 5-wave. It could go up kind of fast like that, which is what I think could happen. So if it goes up kind of fast like that, then, I'd look for this to take out, retest the high, get everybody scared, and then boom, break on down, and we'd be going down, not straight down, but we'd start our descent to the downside for that $50,000 target from up here. Okay, but here's the thing. While I do say, hey, this is possible, what if this B wave is not finished? But what if that gets more complex, which often is the case? So that means this could be 3. This could come all the way back down, pretend like it's getting ready to go break the low, and then shoot up here, just like that. Then all of a sudden you got a 3-wave move, boom, 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 and this goes down in another 3 waves, takes that low out. Oh, Nelly, what if that happens? What if something like that happens? Are we going to go down forever? No. That's setting up for a larger B wave flat, which we would expect price to do something like that. Take out this liquidity down here, boom, and then come on up and take out this liquidity there. So that's another scenario that we're looking at here on this kind of time frame, on this 8-hour chart here. This is another possibility. So that would give you a macro flat, starting with 3 waves, having a 3-wave middle and a 5-wave end, a 3, 3, 5. Okay, so those are some ideas for you. Okay, I don't know which one it is, but here's where those counts overlap. Those counts overlap in that I'm expecting, okay, again, in my first scenario, I'm expecting 3 waves. This could be just a 3-wave move. Boom, 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 boom. And we could go up like that. So in other words, I'm looking for up, down, up. All right? If we're going down to that more complex look, I'm still looking for the same thing. I'm looking for up, down, up, but not breaking the high and then roll it over and coming down. Okay? Something like that. Either way, we're kind of looking for an up, down, up here. See what I'm talking about? So that's where the counts kind of overlap, and we can kind of get prepared as traders to trade some of that, depending on the time frame you want to trade. You got to see what the market gives you. Okay, so here's how I'm preparing for a 4-hour type trade. 4-hour. First off, I was long from down here. Okay, why? Because I told my people I had this drawn out through the week. We hit target. Looking long, and here I can let me pull up my Discord here. I'll pull up the charts that I was sharing this week. Let me just pull up one. Yeah, right here. Let me just take a screenshot of this for you, and you can kind of see. Screenshot, selected area. Let's select this area right here. Oh, it's not letting me do it because that's a dag on it. It's not letting me do it, guys. And I don't think I can show you guys my Discord screen. Can I? Can I show you my Discord screen? Let's see if I can. Do you see my Discord screen there? Let me know. Let me know if you see it. Because you may not see it. I'm not sure. Let me check. Yeah, it's showing. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me get my chat back up, make sure I'm getting you guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so here you go. Basically, I was kind of talking about this wave here to the upside. And so, and this is where I just said, hey, we hit our target, right? And I was counting the wave as it was developing. So this is the way I've been tracking it. And just so be that, it tracked fine. So it doesn't always track. I offer ideas that don't work out. So I'm not here promising things that I don't deliver. I should say. I'm not here saying I always get it right. I'm just saying I'm tracking the wave because there's so many different things that could happen. But anyway, we tracked this wave and we hit target. And so I took some longs in here, right, for this. And so you could be holding this on the 4-hour. It wants me to let me figure this out here. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I canceled. There we go. All right. So yeah, I mean that's I got lost my train of thought, guys. Sorry about that. Here we go. Yeah. I hate it when I lose my train of thought. Okay. So anyway, so that's the way you could have traded. You could have been long from down here at these target zones, okay, and in this consolidation, it was looking real. It was looking real corrective, but I had this feeling like, oh, this looks real corrective. I've seen this before. It starts out real corrective looking, like down in here, and then it just starts melting to the upside, right? So I kind of liked that idea. And so I still like that. But if you missed that, you say, okay, I missed that, Jim. How can I trade it now? Well, my ideas for trading it from this point on would be to, okay, keep in mind what can happen, all right? So two basic things that can happen. Number one is we could be going up. We could be going up in three waves to the upside to take the high, all right? Now, so as this wave develops, I'm going to be looking for a something to this size, some kind of a three-wave shape back. And if I get a three-wave shape on the 4-hour, 8-hour, 4-hour chart that says, hey, that's a pullback, that's what I'm looking for, then I'll look to take a long when that pulls back in three countable waves on the 4-hour chart, 8-hour chart idea. Okay? Then we'll look for a long. Now, the thing is, though, if I go long here, keep in mind, this might simply go up here, and that might be all that I get because this comes down in three waves again to take that low. So you have to be ready to take your profit or protect your profit if all it does is go here, okay, and then come and take the low. But if that happens, if you get something like this, as this develops and this takes you out, then you could certainly look to potentially take a long from up down here for a move to the upside, though that's a little bit more dangerous. Why? Because it doesn't have to go up here. It could just roll over and keep going down. All right? In other words, at the end of the day, this could simply be an impulse to the downside. This could be three waves, and then down we go. That's always a possibility. So, but nevertheless, there's an idea for you. You could look for a long to come up here to take that high, and then look for a short. Or you could let all of this play out and just wait to see if we tag. So just you wait, okay, for this to tag this zone and then look for a short. Now say, Jim, I'm not bearish, I'm bullish. Then you need to be looking for a long, okay? So if your bias is, I think price is going up, I'm bullish, then you need to be looking for a setup to go long. Now, again, I'm looking for this to make a three-wave pullback that resets the RSI on the 4-hour chart. Okay, that three-wave is going to come back down here, resetting the RSI, but the price is not going to come down much. But it'll make three waves that I can count. To give you an idea of what that kind of looks like on the 4-hour, this is a 4-hour chart. Here's an idea. This came up, boom, and you see how this price came down? We had divergence here, and it came down. So it came down to reset the RSI below the 50. It doesn't have to come all the way down, but it resets in a three-wave shape that you can count, letting you get in the next move to the upside. Okay, that would be a 4-hour trade. I'd be looking to match this wave with this wave. Okay, and that was a good trade. Now, once this came down, boom, I'm looking to match this wave with this entire wave. That's my first idea. So that's what I'm watching for, something to do, something like that. That's my first concept, idea. But I do know and realize that this could get a lot stickier than that. And I already offered that as a notion that this could simply just come down. Shoot, this could be 3, play around a little bit, come down in 3, hit that low, go up in 5, boom. And that makes a flat and then take us down. And all of a sudden you got 3, and then we got another 3 to the downside. Boom. Hey, take liquidity. Boom. Take liquidity. Rug pull into the year. Okay. So, I mean, there's so many different things that can happen here. So what we do as Elliott wave traders, we watch what develops and we get a bias and we look for trade opportunities within that wave. Okay. So that's the way I'm thinking about this currently. So I hope that helps. I'm going to take a break with my voice here. I've been talking nonstop for 36 minutes now. Let me take a break, take a drink. Let me say what you got to say. What do you think? Are we going to get, I guess the question is, give you some time to think about it. Do you think we're going to get more complex and come down and take this low before we take that high? Or is this kind of going to go up fast and furious, get everybody faked out for bullish and then come down? Which way do you think? Or are you not bearish at all? You just bullish. You think this is an impulse. There's a pullback and now we're going. because we're breaking structure to the upside here. So, are you bullish? So where do you land on the bullish bearish scenario? Are you looking for something complex, or are you looking for something a little bit less complex? What do you think? Let me take a break. Woo. Pull up the chat here. You're looking for a low in early October. What kind of low are you looking for, man? Because, I mean, you're not looking for my 50K target low. You're looking for just like a local low. What are you thinking? You think a lot more up, Chemo? Are you more bullish? Yeah, there is a monthly close coming, isn't there? So I think that's an interesting way to think about it. I totally forgot about the monthly close. That's good. That's a good point, Keith. Yeah, let's look at the... We're going to continue, yup, for October. Yup. 95K maybe early October. Oh, so you're real bullish. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm much more bearish than you are. I think we're going to get a flash crash to 50K before we hit the 200K mark. I do believe that we are done. I think we've reached a top. Personally, I think that 200K is coming. I do, but I don't think it's coming when you think it's coming. That's not you, Chemo, but yeah, maybe you, but when everybody, I think is going to come. I think you're probably going to see a final rise of the dollar before it has its final crash. I think there's going to be some manipulation coming. I think there's going to be a move. I think the dollar's probably going to be propped up by stable coins here, more than likely. And the end isn't yet. It's coming, but it's not yet. So I'm going to see. I'm looking for assets to move out of the markets and the transfer of wealth to begin happening. We need to see money moving out of markets, probably into stable coins, into the dollar, out of the dollar into gold and silver, or you might see a pump of gold and silver along with the markets crashing. The gold and silver goes parabolic while the markets correct, and then as I can see the dollar going down while gold and silver goes up and markets go down. So I can see dollar go down with markets and crypto, and money moving into gold and silver for the final transfer of wealth that's coming. Yes, Chemo. Absolutely. 100% end of empire stuff. For sure. Okay, awesome. I think we agree in a lot of ways for sure. I just kind of, I think it's real plausible that we hit 50K before 200K. I do. But I think it's also very plausible that we go down very quickly. Like very quickly, flash crash the way crypto likes to do, and then V-shaped recovery. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. That right there is 2 or 3 years. Boom, V-shaped recovery. We're going. And this is wave 1. This is wave 2. This could come down even deeper. 300K and then V-shape. I wouldn't love that. This could come down here to 60K. Fine. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. This could get a lot longer, but we go. 1, 2, let's go. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's do it, buddy. Let's do a collaboration. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right. All right, so those are my main ideas, guys, on the small. I've done a really, really good job sharing my thoughts here. I think that while what I have drawn here is plausible and possible, watch out that we don't get something like this. Okay, because that's another, and then we get something like that. Maybe not that high, but, and then we go down. So I think this is a wave 1. I hate this wave. I hate this. I don't love it at all. I don't love it at all. It doesn't look good. But now, what's another scenario if this doesn't get complex? If it doesn't get complex, what could this be? Is it possible that this was A, B, and C, right? And that's your correction. There's your first wave there. And this is a really bearish look, that this is your first wave. Boom, there's wave 1. This is wave 2, and it's finished. Now we got a 1. Now we're going down. One thing about it on the 1 hour, 4 hour charts, one thing you gotta respect for now. Look how overbought. I mean, it's very overbought. It's not just a little bit. That's a lot overbought on the 1 hour chart. 4 hour chart, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, it's overbought, but it's okay. And there's hidden bearish divergence here. Okay. So I think there's hidden bear here. So that's telling you there needs to be a pullback, at least on the small time frame. This breakout single print needs to kind of at least do one of two things. Kind of go sideways for a little while before it goes up some more, or it needs to come all the way back down. This might have gone up in 3 waves. This could come back down in 3 waves. In other words, this could consolidate up here. We could be spending, in fact, this is probably the way it's going to play out. This is going to spend a lot of time consolidating up in this range before it either comes down, boom, or breaks up, boom. Either way, if it comes down like that, watch out for that move, right? So there's so much that can happen here. And it's this chart is drawn like this by the market makers on purpose, just to kind of keep everybody guessing, right? Keep everybody guessing where price is going. But yeah, on the hourly chart, on the 15-minute chart, really, really overbought. It needs a correction, no doubt about it. This was kind of a straight up move that needs to kind of come back down to earth here a little bit. Retest the breakout. So watch out for something like when it goes straight up, watch out that it doesn't go straight back. It could. This right here was very corrective. Very corrective looking. So let's do a little work on this wave here and just say, okay, what is this? What was that wave? Let's just do a little work on the 15-minute. How'd that be? Would that be all right? What do we got? What's going on here? It's tough. It's tough. This wave structure, but the way I'm reading this, that low did not get broken. Okay, good. So I'm looking at this as wave 1, A, maybe an A wave, and this was boom, 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 and that's B. Is that the way I want to count it? Or do I just want to say 3, 3, 3, B? Then we got 3. See, that looks like 5, and that's why I'm saying this is a flat. Boom, 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 flat. So there's 1 or A, B, flat. 1, 2, 1. 3, 3, 3, Yeah, I lost the count. I mean, I can't. I don't know what to make of this really. It's nasty. I'm not sure how to count it. I'm crunching ice, guys, on the microphone. I, this is a big nasty wave to me. I think it could be as simple as A or W. Here, let's just, how about this? W, X with a truncated X, and then Y. So there's 3 waves. So watch out for 3 back down. I think there's a good chance that's 3. Okay, it might go up and hit the high one more time, but it could finish this and do this, but come back down for 3. So it could play around up here a little bit. But watch out for it to come back down, hit that low, and then go up and hit the high again. I think there's a good chance we get some wave like this. Is it going to keep rocking to the upside? I don't think so. But this right here just looks too corrective. Looks too corrective. So I am biased kind of right now for a wave to the downside. That if you forced me to, I would think about that. I mean, the 4 hour kind of is overbought. Doesn't mean it can't stay up there a while, but it looks kind of bearish. 1 hour looks really bearish. But here's the thing. This thing could totally consolidate, okay, sideways, all right, for a while here. Make something, and the RSI could reset on the 1 hour, and then it could come up again, make another high, all right, create divergence is what we expect at that point, and then come down. So in other words, just because we're overbought here doesn't mean it's finished. In fact, it probably isn't finished. The first hit to the high usually isn't the end of it. Usually there's going to be another hit to that high once it consolidates and creates some kind of a corrective wave. So once this creates a corrective wave of some kind, go hit the high. That'll allow this thing to reset a little bit, go hit the high one more time, create divergence, and then come down in 3 waves. So that's what I would be watching for. Great question, Zach. What's the bullish count, even if forced? The problem I have with the bullish count is that, okay, let me force it. I got to force it. Let me force a macro count first. But Zach, I love that question, and I think that that's the right question you have to ask yourself, because when you look at this, and I'm like, I'm so bearish, right? You got to make yourself look at the opposite side. You got to, I mean, that's really, really good. You got to make yourself say, okay, what if I'm wrong? What's the bullish count? Force it if you have to. I love it. I love the way you worded that. That's fantastic. So what's the bullish count? I think at the end of the day, what if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2? Okay, that means this is wave 1 and this is wave 2. And this is the wave 1 and wave 2. I don't like that for a lot of reasons, because one of the big reasons that this is out of proportion to the first 1, 2. But let's just force it. That's a 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2. That means we're in wave 3, and this is about to go parabolic. Like, we're not going to 200K and stopping. Okay, as big as this is, this is going to 500K. It's not going to stop at 200K. This is really, really bullish. That what you have here is just revving up some kind of 1-2. And see, I can't even read it. And that's why it's so forced. I really struggle with that. So I'm not a big fan of that count, the 1-2-1-2 count. I'm not a fan. I'm more of a fan of this count right here, where we say, what if this is it? What if this is 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, dang on. I'm still, yeah. My bullish count is bearish to 50, 60K first. And then bullish. And then we go. So if we got a wave like this, and then go, oh man, if this happened, I would be the biggest bullish person, and I would probably never be bearish again on crypto. If we get a wave steep and fast that takes out this 50K, it hits 40 and even 30, and it comes just down fast, I would be like, that's the buy of your lifetime, more than likely. But if that happens, you probably won't be able to buy. There's going to be some FUD. There's going to be some exchange problem. There's going to be something that's going to prevent you from being able to make money, probably. But if that happened, I would be looking for this thing to just go parabolic. And that's my big bullish count. What's up, Andrew Vegas? Good to see you, buddy. So that's my bullish count, which has us bearish here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be bearish here. I don't want to be bearish. It's just this chart is bearish in my world. And it's bearish until it's not bullish anymore. No. Yeah, it's bearish until it's bullish. Excuse me. And it's just not. It doesn't have the signs. It could get the signs pretty quick, but it didn't have the signs of bullishness. Now, on the smaller time frame, bullish count, man, I don't know. Zach, I don't like this exercise. It's a good one, and I praise you for it, but I don't like it because I'm forcing it, and I don't like it because what I try to give you is what I see naturally, and what I see naturally is bearish. It's not bullish. I mean, guys, this is 3 waves. That's 3. It's not 5. It's 3. It's corrective. So the corrective is facing up. That's 3. I'm pretty confident about those counts. That this is 3 and that's 3. I feel pretty dang confident about that. Now, if this wants to go up 5, it can. Because it barely missed 90. So if it wants to go up and do 5, it can. So that's another kind of bullish count that I wouldn't expect, but there's some bullish. And I'd say let's just watch that and see. I mean, because if you look at this chart, I mean, just look at all the hidden bear, man. That is huge hidden bear. That doesn't mean it can't be taken out by consolidation and then further up. You can get consolidation, more up. And this thing can get up here and really overbought, right? I mean, it can, and then take a while, come down, come up, So there's a way this could keep rocking, no problem. But I guess what we have to see is what happens here. Does this revisit the low? What I just drew right there in that kind of wave, that's a week worth of price action right there. So are we going to get a wave like this that's going to take a week to play? Or is it going to come down faster? is going to come down at all. All right, so there's the best I can do for you guys. I don't know how to do any better for you. I've kind of shared all my thoughts there. So here's what I do now. I do correlation analysis. What correlation analysis does, it kind of lets me look at the other sorry, I was reading your comment, Zach. What am I saying? Or is it going up faster than ever? And we've got ETF news for alts. I mean, it's on the table. It's on the table, brother. Do I think that's what the wave structure is pointing at? No, not if I apply Elliott wave theory. But doesn't mean it can't do that. Okay. Where was I? Now, let's do some correlation analysis. Let's look at the rest of the charts and say, okay, what are those charts telling us price is doing? Okay, so let's look at Ethereum. Say, okay, what's happening? Let's go to the daily. Just kind of, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like Ethereum. Ethereum sucks as far as, no, I love Ethereum. I think it's a great asset to consider investing in. I really do. I would recommend Ethereum. However, is this the time to be buying Ethereum? I don't think so. I don't think. But I don't know. Because the wave structure is really, really hard to understand. So the best I can do here is one of my best counts here is that we have an initial wave. We got 1, 2. This is 3. That's 4. And that's 5. And there's a finished 5-wave move. And what we have going on right now is the end of a 3-wave correction. Okay, this is one count where you have 3 here, and this is actually 3 that may or may not be finished. Could be finished here, and so now we're looking for C. In other words, could we see a flash crash back down here to $400, $500, $800? Okay, a running flat. Okay, setting us up for a V-shaped recovery after that flash crash. Okay, to the upside. So scares everybody because we got some FUD or whatever happens over the next 6, 7, 8 months, whatever, and then boom, it starts just going. So this crash comes first, then the move to the upside second, and then that. So again, I believe in Ethereum. I think it's good, but I think that this is a real possibility that this is actually 3 waves. I don't love the proportionality of it because this took a lot longer than this one did. And so it's made it a little challenging to understand. No doubt about it. So could this be getting ready to take a little longer to get up here? In other words, could we get some kind of move, boom, boom, like that, and then down? Or was this the correction? That was the crash. And now this is some kind of really, really ugly leading diagonal. See, I reject this as a leading diag because this wave 3 here is smaller than wave 1 and 3. And 3 cannot be the smallest. And so it is a rule that 3 can't be the smallest. And yet 3 is smaller than 1. I have done the measurements. Let me check again to make sure. So let's measure 1. Put at the bottom of 3. And it does not reach the 1-to-1 extension. So 3 is smaller than 1. Even though it takes more time, it's smaller. And that and so you're not allowed to break that rule if you're going to count properly. So the way I count this is that we actually have 3 there, 3 there, and 3 there. There's your W wave. This is X. There's a connector. And this is actually Y. That's a Y. W, X, and Y. That's a 3-wave move. Then you have 3, 3, 5. There's a flat. There's your, that's a W. That's an X, a big X. And this is 3 waves, a Y, and it's finished. So that's one of the, that's the way I'm looking at the macro structure. I just don't like, what I don't like about that count is that this was so fast compared to that. It doesn't make sense. The proportionality in time doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't mean it can't be that. It just doesn't look great. But you have a 1-to-1 extension here where you got a 3-wave shape. It's come back. Let's pull the fibs here. It's come back. It's come back 100%. It took that high out right there. And so you really, really could have some kind of a large A, and there's B right there. And now we're in the C wave to the downside, which is going to come down and take out, $500-800, something like that. Just revisit this low. I know nobody wants to see Ethereum do that, and everything. No, Ethereum, da-da-da. But at the end of the day, I think it's real possible we could see some kind of a flash crash like this, and this would come down with, again, this kind of wave over the next year would be just what Bitcoin would be doing, making that move down to 40-50K. Okay, before we get the ultra rise and the transition of money power into, I think Ethereum's going to the moon. I do. And I just have this thing that price is going to go where you expect it to go, just not how you expect it. So, everybody's expecting it just to go to the moon right now when what if it flash crashes first and then comes up? And this is a big wave 1 and wave 2. And now we're in a wave 3. And that 3 is going to go forever and ever. And it's going to be like the S&P, and it's never coming down. And that's when you want to be like making sure you're putting all your money into crypto, that you get this final wave to the downside. And, if you believe Ethereum is going to, this isn't financial advice, but, that's basically the way the S&P was. Look at the weekly chart, right? You had this, you had this crash, you had this boom, this move down, and then it started to go up. Everybody was looking for it to go up there. No. It crashed back down, took that low, and then it just V-shaped and never came back. Now, that's the example on the S&P chart of the kind of thing that I'm looking for crypto. That we have we have this kind of move before we get that move. If I show you the Ethereum chart on the monthly, let's just make it small here. Let's just show in the monthly here. A move like this would be no problem. Okay, and all this was just the beginnings. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I think that's possible. I think it's plausible even. Is it going to happen? Because I know everybody and their mother's looking for this, and their brother. Everybody's looking for it to do that. And I think it is going to do that. I just think it's going to do this first, then that. Because that's the way crypto moves. That's the way crypto moves. Now, I can't guarantee that's going to happen. I'm not here promising anything. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm simply saying that these are the patterns I see in charts. While everybody's waiting for the next move to the upside, it could come. This could start working its way down. Take that low. It doesn't have to take that low. It could just revisit. It could be a running flat and then go. Okay. So Ethereum's a tough one, but that's but you see how those ideas are correlated. They correlate together. Let's look at XRP for a moment. Let me show you why I think XRP could also come down. Let me get on a different XRP chart. I mean, guys, it's no secret. I'm bearish right now. I am. Doesn't mean I'm certainly right. It just means that I'm fairly bearish here. Okay, here's XRP, US dollar. I think this is a real possibility here. Same count as Ethereum. You had the initial rise. There's your wave 1. This is boom. This is a B wave. All of this is wave B. And we need a C wave back down here. A, B, C. And then we go to the moon. We crash first. And then we go to the moon. We retake all this. This was a single print to straight to the upside. Got everybody excited. Here we go. We're going to the moon. XRP, XRP, XRP. You know how many videos on there are on XRP millionaires right now? I keep seeing them everywhere, and I think it's more likely that we come down first. Everybody's excited. Everybody's waiting for XRP to break out. Everybody's expecting ETF, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just everything, right? And what might happen is we might get a dump first. So watch out. Now, let's look at how that might play out on the small time frame. But again, that correlates. I'm not here to tell you that's definitely going to happen, but it does correlate for sure. So what might be going on here? That's right now that looks like 3 waves. Right? So could we get another pump? I mean, could this come down here first and then we get another pump? Yeah. That could be some kind of ending diag to the move and then done. Could this just be the end of something? Guys, give me 1 second here. I'm trying to see if I want to take profit on a little short I took on XRP. Yeah. Let's take profit because I can't watch it. That's a good little move for me for now. Okay. Probably come down a little lower, but I'm expecting price to consolidate. All right, so XRP daily. I'm just trying to make sense of what's happening here, right? Trying to make sense of it. It is really a hard one because price definitely isn't easy here. This did start out with 335. Then a flat in the middle. I'm looking for 3 waves. I don't think this is finished. Looking for 3. And then a continuation down. Because this was 5 and it didn't take that low. So I'd look for 3. Maybe down and then up. This is XRP's been challenging as far as price action is concerned lately. I was just catching up on the chat here, guys. Sorry. I'll be honest with you. I don't love the XRP chart as far as for Elliott wave counting it for sure. But we could be making a flat where this is some kind of 3. There's 3, and we get 5 down to here. And that might be. And this was some kind of wave 1 to the upside, and this is a correction. Boom. That doesn't take this low, and then we go. And that might be a wave 1, 2, and then moon. So we get a flash crash, and then moon. Again, I think XRP is going to the moon. Probably it's a banking token, but I think this is revving up for a downward move. So I'm personally looking for a short setup very soon to hold for a big move down. I think more than likely, I don't think it has to, but we'll revisit this. We should probably revisit this area here, I would imagine, but we don't have to. This could be some kind of 1, 2, 1, 2. But see, this was 3. This could come up here, take this high. I hate this wave structure. Got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two. I think this low's I actually do think this low is going to come and get hit like that. I think that's a best scenario. So this is going to play around, come on down, take this low. And then you got, this is a flat here. Boom, boom, boom. Then come up. And then down we go. There's my best guess on the small time frame, but I'm bearish on XRP for now. And this is a 1 to the downside. This was wave 2. Okay. Or 2's not finished. Two finishes over here. And then we get a big crash after that. October crash. So my best guess of price action here. Just looking at what's going on here, okay? I'm trying to understand this. Let me call out what I see. 3, 3, 5. Right there, okay? Then I got a clear 3 waves there. But what happened after that? I got 3 up there, and then I got 5 down. So I think this is 3 up, 5 down, and that's going to double up that correction. Boom. Hit that low, get everybody bearish, and then shoot up. Take that high, and that's it. And then all of a sudden what you've got is A, and then all of this is B, C. It's a flat, which could be a running flat like this or an expanded flat that comes and revisits the high. Either way, I'm looking for that short to set up. That's my best look at XRP. Okay, there it is. I feel very good about that analysis, guys. I think that's a pretty decent idea. Does it have to play? Is it ready to come down? No, I think it's going to play around a little bit more tonight. Up here. It's got a little bit more to go, but I think eventually I'm looking for a short here. Take the lows out, and then I'm looking for a long. So let's see how it goes. All right, how we doing? How we doing in the chat? Parminder Singh. I'm well, man. Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's take a peek at Gala, H-bar. I'm got to start with Keith. He's my most faithful viewer, one of them at least. Let's start with Link. Keith, how about that? And then I'll take your requests. So go ahead and throw your requests up. I'll take them in order. Maybe Chemo, you can keep track for me if you're around. If not, that's okay. I'll keep track. So here we go. By the way, do you see silver, guys? 40. That's $46 silver. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Loving it. I'm hoping silver really takes off, but we need a little bit of a correction. So, yeah. All right. What about S&P? S&P just keeps hitting highs, guys. This eventually is coming down. I just don't know when and how. I really don't. But we're making a top here, guys. I don't know where it's stopping. All right. So here we go. We're gonna look at Link and move on to Gala and H-bar, and then whatever comes next. Link's been a troublesome coin for me, though, as you know, Keith. And guys, for this part, I'm just going to do my best to give you quick analysis the best I can. All right, so what am I seeing here? What's the wave structure? Let's go to the 3-day chart. I think that might. All right, what's happening? First off, we got an impulse. We got a 3-wave move. But what happened after that? We got another 3-wave move. So boom, boom. This just looks bearish. Flash crash. Boom. This could be a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leading diag. 3-wave pullback. And this is... So we get a flash crash. Take the low out. That's a 1, 2. And then moon. Keith, that's kind of what I'm seeing, buddy. The bullish count, the moon boy count is right here, where this is wave 1. There's wave 2 right to there. Now you got a 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? And now we're getting ready to go to the moon. I mean, this is getting ready to pop. $30 wave structure isn't great for that. It's not bad though. So right now we got a real 3-wave-ish shape here, right? Is that done? What I don't like is how big this is compared to this, right? When I look at that, I'm like, that looks very 3-wave-ish. This looks like very 3 and 3 and 3, and that looks finished. That means this is beginning something to the downside, which may turn into something bigger. So this just may be looking like 3, but it turns in because we've broken structure. This is the 3-day chart. We've broken structure on the RSI. See that? And we've broken structure in price. Well, it's breaking structure in price. It is a 3-day chart. Looks like you got a nice leading diagonal here. So this looks bearish. 3, 4, 5. Got your pullback here. 1, 2. This could be coming down. That is a daily chart. Let's look at the 4-hour. It looks very much like a leading diag. That's a leader. And you got a beautiful 3-wave pullback. That's a beautiful 3-wave. And now you got a 1, 2. This may just come down. Watch out for that, by the way. That there is a really bearish Bitcoin count too. You know how I said, hey, we could be going down. We could be going up here. That I think this is 3, so I'm looking for this to kind of come up. So just be careful. We could be coming down. Boom. Fast. Keep going. Or, yeah, I mean, I think that this move to this low might be coming. Looking at Link. Boom, 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 and then up. 1, 2. I don't know. Small time frame, I don't know, man. This is questionable. It's questionable. 15-minute. I'm doing my best for you, buddy, but I don't like it. I don't like my analysis here. This wave is so big. So we got A, B, C, a real big wave. So I don't have 3 to match unless this is 3. I just don't like that as 3. So if that's 3, 3, 3, which could be. In fact, this could be a flat right there. Yeah, it could be. So 3, 3, 3. I could be done. So what is that? What is that? There's 3. There's 3. Get another 3 or 5. But what would that be? I don't know. Glad I took profit on my XRP short. By the way. That's why you take profit, guys. That was a scalpy short. You just got to take your profit. We have this saying in our take your dang profit. Okay, yeah, I don't know, man. Small time frame's tough. There's a bullish and a bearish count. I just don't like how big this wave is. The bigness of this wave makes me think this is finished and that this is coming down deeper. What happens in here, I'm not sure, but I'm bearish. If this starts coming up here, then I'm like, okay, there's 3 waves and here we go. Right? But what is it if it goes up there? What is that? I just don't like the shape. The shape is nasty. So, yeah. Let me just take a peek here at Ethereum for a moment. Guys, I'm trading while I'm working with you as well. I just want to see what's going on here. It's kind of a tricky little wave here. No, I don't like that. That could be A. That could be B, C. And that's a flat. Setting up for another move to the upside. If it keeps going up, obviously that's not the thing, but that could be a count. It's pretty high here. It's gotten kind of high, but it's not out of the realm of possibility if it comes down fast. Bitcoin here in a small time frame. All right. All right, I did my best on Link. Small time frame is tough, buddy. I hope that helps. Just looking at the wave with you, bud. Kevin, yeah. I mean, I think we're going to be playing around, at tops here. I mean, this is a very normal pattern here. Be careful not to get trapped here long. Okay. See this right here? Boom. Just don't get trapped. It's very three-wave-ish. Okay. I'm personally short this wave. See what happens. Million of you going to copy me, the market's going to go up. All right, so there's Link. Let's look at the rest of the charts here, guys. Sorry. I like trading with you sometimes. Oh, Nike stock. That'll be exciting to look at. Hang in there, Automatic Music. We'll definitely share that with you. All right, let's look at Gala. Gala against USDT. Let's look at MEXC for kicks here. Oh, this is so nasty. So what's going on with Gala? I mean, you got a 1-2 here, and it's revving up. I mean, what do you do with this? I mean, you want it to rev up and go, right? That's what you want. I mean, I think that's what you want. Is it possible for this to come down and go to zero, or come and take this out first? I mean, yeah, I don't have any help on Gala. I really don't. This wave structure is just, I don't want to cop out on you here, but I don't have anything for you, honestly. I just want to be honest here. Where's the low? That's the low. What's this? I mean, boom, come up here and then down again. That's the best I got. That's 4 hour, 6 hour chart, 4 hour. Here's a 4 hour chart. Yeah. So maybe this pumps. This could come hit the low first and then come pump and then down. So watch out for that. So I think this could be coming down, taking that low, coming up here. So that's a real possibility. And see that move right there, something like that. So just watch out for that short, because it might want to come and collect this liquidity, and that may happen on a Bitcoin dump, and you see Gala just take a dive. That's if it's bearish. And whenever Bitcoin finds its bottom, that's when it goes to the moon. So again, I think it's going to go to the moon, just not when you expect it to. Now, if I'm wrong and it doesn't go hit the lows, then yeah, I mean, if it start, I think it's prime for some kind of a breakout, and then boom, and then boom. It gets bullish after that. So that's my best guess. Best guess. I could be wrong. This might break up, pull up, and just keep rocking. All right, let's take a peek at H-bar. Oh, so three-wave-ish. But man, I can see this and then that. Or we can just, this is the 2-day. Let's look at the 4 hour. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. And we start picking up speed here. And this is boom, boom. Again, that crash we're looking for, but on the higher time frame, we're gonna go eventually. Not straight up, but A, B, C, and then we go. Yeah, I don't. This looks like Bitcoin's got more up to go. We'll have to see, but this kind of resembles a three-wave-ish move. Not sure. Not sure we're ready for a short yet on even XRP. I'm not a big... If we're going to move down like that and then up, maybe. And all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. 3 waves. And then we go up for another wave tonight, tomorrow. I like that move. I'll look for a long, maybe on a move down like that. See if we get it. Yeah, H-bar, this is tough. I mean, it kind of gives you a sense of a bullishness. You kind of want to say that. So I can see that, but I can also see it rolling over. Coming down. I can see that too. I think you want it to do that, but I don't think so. I don't think that's... Just kind of look here. Look at that. This isn't deep enough. I mean, this isn't deep enough. I think we're doing something like that. So guys, I'm sorry I'm so bearish. If this starts going up here and breaking that, I mean, I'm not bearish. I'm not as bearish anymore. So if this starts to pop here, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting a little bit bullish here. Then I'll watch for a break of that line. Then we get bearish again. But for now, I'm pretty bearish. Plenty of room to the downside on the daily. Doesn't mean we can't get a pump. Intermediate kind of pullback. It's fine. All right, what's next? BNB, por favor. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, so this is the chart I looked at last week and said, hey, this is the chart that makes XRP look bullish. In other words, this kind of very much resembles XRP's price action. So instead of coming down to take these lows out like I'm calling for potentially with XRP, we just start going and shooting to the upside. So that's the argument against what I'm saying. That says, hey, we're bullish on XRP and not bearish for now. Which because this very much looks like the price action right in here of XRP. Very much has that vibe. Except BNB has already popped to the upsides. This is where we are on XRP. Small time frame. So are we going to get that bearish wave down first? Because BNB didn't give us that bearish wave. In other words, BNB is like, you got a 1-2 here. Now, do we get this 3-wave move down like that? And that's a 1-2. Because you got 1-2. Is it possible? Because you do have this what looks very much like 3-3-5 correction. I don't know. It just looks so corrective. Could this come down in 3 waves and then go up? Yes. Could we be in for a bearish wave? Yes. Is there divergence here? Yes. On the weekly, 3-day. XRP's pumping while BTC's dumping. Love it. So let me look at the 4 hours, see what wave structure is. So yeah, I mean, you've got very, very much a 3-wave shape here, which makes you say, okay, we're going up for another high. Yeah, maybe. But here's something we see sometimes too, where this comes and makes a flat and then rolls over and comes down again. In other words, this is a flat. So that's the only thing I would caution you over here at this wave structure. And this could be, come on, A, B, and C. But C could still come up higher. But that becomes some kind of A. There's B. B could come up here. C or B could be a running flat. And you can get a downward move, and that becomes 3 waves. With that pump there, I do not like this as a flat here. This would be more of a 4, 4, 5 maybe. Could still come down, but I don't like it as a flat that comes down and then goes up. I don't think. With that hit to the high, don't love it. BTC definitely has the upward look right now. See that? That looks like 3 waves. That's ready. Unless it comes deeper. But it's funny how BTC's dumping while XRP is pumping. And Ethereum's dumping too. XRP is holding a little stronger. Let's watch out. XRP may catch up with that wave. Interesting. So BNB is a challenge. Right now, still has some bullishness to it, but this small time frame is this is trash. I see this making a correction here, and could become something bigger. When you're not sure what you can do, and I'm often not sure, you can watch the breaks of structure. So watch that break. Watch those trend lines. If this holds and goes up, when it breaks, it goes up or breaks again, right? The more they break, the more bearish it gets. And you can draw what I call progressive trend lines. Watch how they hold. So that's BNB for you. Best I can do. I don't do XLR. I don't do 804. I don't do log scale. Sorry, buddy. There are reasons for it. I don't want to argue that. No, I know you're not arguing, but I don't want to explain myself other than I don't like it. I don't think it's proper to use. So I'm a firm believer log scale is a no-go. But that's my own personal belief. Okay, Pingu USD, whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know, Parminder. I don't think a short is ready for BNB yet. So I'm not calling for a short. I don't know that it's ready. The price action doesn't say short to me yet. But just watch for that to develop. You got to know what I look for. I mean, I can't tell you exactly. I mean, I can tell you what I look for, but just watch those breaks of structure. If they start breaking, you can look for shorts. Just depends on what time frame you're looking at. Okay, 4 hour. Yeah. Okay, I mean, you see this move? I think we're getting something like it. I don't know what it's going to do in the near term here, if it's going to go up higher or just roll over and keep coming down. But I look at that chart and I'm pretty bearish. We've broken this. This could totally come up higher and then work its way down. So I'm just pretty bearish on this. Is it ready for a short? I mean, from this area, that's tough because it's been coming down pretty straight and fast. You like to see a pullback of some kind. So you might just let this play out and let it pull back to up here before you take your short again. Because chances are it will. I think a move like that's coming. Wait for it. Be patient. This could be a wave 4. Get another hit to the low. Boom. Or this could be, shoot, a wave A, B, C, and then down. So this takes the low and then comes up, boom, and then we go down. That's what I would personally be waiting for. See that move right there? Something like that. See that? Boom, and then down. So if I were looking for a short, I'd be looking for that. But I look at this wave structure and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty bearish. So let it play. Let it develop on the 4-hour chart. Let it give you a 3-wave shape. Take a short, maybe. It's an idea. That's the way I would be playing it if it were me. Okay. There's Pingu, and let's look at ADA now. I haven't looked at ADA in a bit. Yeah. See how we've broken the structure here? It's broken. I mean, that's bearish. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't come up. It's just, it's bearish. There's down to come here. What it is exactly, I don't know, but this chart is bearish as well. Three waves. I don't know how to count that. Certainly it could be 1, 2, 1, 2, and it could go. That's the bullish count. This was 3 waves. It's done. And now it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. I mean, maybe if Bitcoin wants to start pumping, it can. It doesn't look finished. It doesn't give me the finished feel, though. It doesn't give me the finished vibe. So, that's possible. This may have to come down a little lower. Come on, draw it. And then up. That would be okay. That would be okay. So down lower, then up, boom, and then down. That would be the way I would draw it up. I don't know. This seems like awful shallow, though, for this big move. This seems awful shallow. Is it creating some kind of bigger move than like that? So that would come down and then rally. Is this a one? Now, here's the bullish look. One, come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're getting ready to rally. That's possible. It really is. I don't want to be overly bearish. Yeah, crypto might be ready to rock out of here. Okay, I mean, there it is. Jim, you're wrong. This is it. I hate this wave structure. I'll just tell you, I hate what I'm seeing here. I hate it. It's ugly as sin. Yeah. I don't have any answers. I only got questions on ADA. But I look at this and I'm like, man, it's broken. This low seems like it needs to come down here. Somehow. Boom, boom, boom. Something like that. Makes sense to me. This is 3-wave-ish in here. Come down, take the low. Come down, take the high. Let's go. It's plausible. Come down, take the low. Go take the high. Love it. It's plausible. Get real bearish tonight. And then we come up. That's XRP. Same thing, same idea. They're all kind of rhyming, guys, if they do it. It looks decent. Let's see if it does it. Okay, there it is. Let's look at Nike stock. I like to look at stocks because I don't trade them. So I'm going to give you my look on Nike on the NASDAQ. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this gives the sense that it's finished. This looks like it needs to come down. I mean, just like crypto. The question is, how is it coming down here? Is it going to revisit and then down? Yeah, but this is bearish in general for the next several years. That's bearish. Price should be revisiting price for the stock should be revisiting lows over this is Great Depression type stuff, guys. That's not a buy for me. Not yet. This doesn't give me a sense of a buy. I'm pretty bearish on that sucker. In fact, if I look at that, this looks like a flat. And now it's ready to start making its way back down again for another low. $20, here it comes. $30. 40 first. It's my first target. $40. Right about there. That's pretty bearish, man. Sorry. Not trying to be bearish. Just am. The waves look bearish. Hope that helps you with Nike. All right. Let's look at SOL. I'm getting pretty tired, guys. It's been about 2 hours. Oh, I hate SOL. Yeah, see SOL this gives me... I'm sorry, guys, but this looks like 3. Boom, boom. It needs to come down here before up. So I need to see a flash crash, and then I need to see it go up. That's what I'm looking for, personally. If that's not the case, the bullish idea is that this was 3 waves, it's done, and this is just going. I just don't, that didn't look right to me. Four-hour chart, SOL. I think I'm looking at the same idea as all the other ones. Let's come hit the low. 5 or 3. Retest and continue down. If this wants to come up here, it can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Boom. Then down. I suppose that's possible too. What is this? It gives a very 3-wave shape, but my problem with that, see, it started out 3, 3. I just don't have 3 here. So is this going to pull back and then go up again? And then you got boom, boom, boom. Just don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. Five, 3, 5. A little bit more to go, then work its way down, maybe. I don't love SOL right now. I don't know what this is. But this could be pointing to another low. Hidden bear on the 1 hour. Four-hour, not so much. There is some, but it's not as much. Guys, my voice is shot. I am tired. I think I'm going to call it a night. Did I hit everybody? Crypto Juggle, yeah, man. I'm pretty bearish. I think it's coming. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the channel tonight. Hope you enjoyed the Sunday night charts. That's the best I got for you. Just remember, I can always be wrong, but watch out. Watch out. I think my takeaway from tonight is that I think the charts are kind of setting up for this kind of move. Let me show you in the 4 hour. Some kind of move down to hit this low and then a move up, something like that. So watch out for maybe a move like that in the near term. Because I think every chart was kind of showing me something like that. Some variation of a hit to the low and then a jump back to the upside. So some kind of flat. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the near term. Hope that helps you guys. Guys, be safe, be careful, and I hope you do well in your trading. Come join me in my Discord. Love to have you. But till then, we'll see you next week. Take it easy, guys. Bye.